Welcome to the Personal Money Management Show, Plant Your Seed. Last week on our show, we discussed how you can take control of your money by making the choice that the second son made, compounding your money every day through the choice that his father gave him. Now that's a very fantastic and very interesting story. But how do we apply the stories from that lesson to our daily lives? Most of us do not have a wealthy father to double our penny every day. Is it possible for us to be able to double our money over time? Is it realistic? Today's episode is going to discuss how you can start using the power of compound interest on your behalf. I'd like to point out that the story of the wealthy dying man is not a discouragement of investing in stocks and bonds. It's also not meant to imply that it is possible for us to be able to grow millions in a short period of time, like the second son's choice of a penny doubled a day. The simulation is only meant to illustrate just how powerful compound interest is when allowed to move consistently over time. There are a few basic money management terms that we want to discuss today on the show that will help us move along with the next simulation. These three terms are principal or capital, interest, and compound interest. As we discuss on the power of compound interest today, these three terms will be key. Now, principal or capital is the initial amount of money that you set aside for savings and investing. Think storing seed. Now, this principal will be set aside to either plant on the farm or put away into a savings account or into an investment account. This is money that you've set aside from your income, from your increase, from your sack of seed that you can use to grow for the future. Our second term for today, interest, is the money earned over a specific time period as a result of your principal saved or invested. Now, interest is quite simply the benefit that you get out of your saving and investing. Usually for financial products, an example of interest would be the rate that you're getting on your account for saving or investing on that account. This is the return that your principal, your initial seed planted, brings to you at harvest time. Our third term for the day is compound interest. Compound interest is the money that you earn in interest being added to your principal so that your money does not only grow, but it multiplies at an ever-increasing rate. This is an extremely important term for us to understand because compound interest is the power that can drive our savings and our investment funds to grow our finances for us. Now, while we might not be able to double our money every day, like in the story of the wealthy dying man, all of us are able to start making use of the power of compound interest to grow our money and double it over time. A fantastic example of this is the story of Shema. Shema just started his first job earning 250,000 Rwanda francs every month. After hearing how important it is for him to save and plan for his financial future, Shema decides to save 10% of his income every month until retirement. We're going to look at a brief simulation of what happens with Shema's savings if he puts his money in an 8% per annum savings account and allows that money to grow month by month, year by year, without ever interrupting its growth.
3 weekly flights to Gatwick Airport. Rwandair flies you to London, one of the world's leading financial centers. Book now and explore the world on board our young and state-of-the-art fleet. Call 250-788-177000 or email reservations@rwandair.com.
Rwandair, fly the dream of Africa.
Now, as we've said before, Shema is a 24-year-old young professional making 250,000 Rwanda francs per month and saving 10% of his income, which is 25,000 francs. This means in a year, Shema saves 300,000 Rwanda francs and his savings grows by 8%, which is roughly 24,000 francs every year in interest. That interest is then added to his principal, 300,000, to close the year at 324,000 Rwanda francs on Shema's savings account, an increase to 108%. The following year, Shema saves another 300,000, 25,000 francs every month. And that 300,000 is now added to the previous year's closing amount of 324,000, totaling 624,000 Rwanda francs, which is then compounded again by 8% per year. And that grows his money to 673,920 Rwanda francs. This leaves Shema's account growth at 112% from the total 600,000 francs that he has saved from his salary over the past 2 years. In year 3, Shema saves another 300,000, which is added to the previous year's 673,920 francs, then again compounded by 8% to a total of 1,051,834 Rwanda francs. Shema's account now has grown by 117% from the total 900,000 francs he saved from his salary over the past 3 years, at 300,000 francs per year, or 25,000 francs per month for 3 years. Therefore, because Shema's interest is being added to the principal every year and growing at a consistent interest rate of 8%, his money will continue to compound, as we've said earlier, at an ever-increasing rate. This is an example of exactly how compound interest works. Now, if Shema continues to save every year the exact same amount of money, 25,000 francs a month or 300,000 francs in a whole year, by the time he is 39 years old, he will have saved 4.8 million Rwanda francs in total principal, or what we've cited as cumulative principal on this graph, which has grown from 4.8 million to 9.825 million, including compound interest. This is a 205% increase. His money has effectively doubled over 16 years. Now, if Shema allows his savings account to continue to grow at the exact same rate of 8% until he retires at the age of 65, he will have a total savings from his monthly salary of only 12.6 million Rwanda francs, what you're seeing in the row as cumulative principal. That's just the money that he has taken out of his salary every month for his entire working career until 65 years old. Now that 12.6 million francs that was in principal has grown to 98.575 million Rwanda francs at a rate of 782% increase from his total principal. This is amazing how large the collective growth of this money is over time. If Shema continues to save from 65 until 75, his cumulative principal will be 15.6 million Rwanda francs, and that will grow to 217.509 million Rwanda francs That is an increase of 1,394%. And finally, if he continues to save until he's 85 years old, around the age of my grandparents, his cumulative principal of 18.6 million francs. Can you imagine that? He's been saving from 24 years old till 85 years old, and that money put together has only come to 18.6 million francs. Not a very large amount of money, but because it has been saved consistently over time in an interest earning account, his 18.6 million francs will have grown to 474.280 million Rwanda francs. That is a 2,550% increase from his principal. Now this simulation is here to show us exactly what can happen, realistically speaking, with a compound interest account at 8% per year.
With 3 weekly flights to Gatwick Airport, Rwandair flies you to London, one of the world's leading financial centers. Book now and explore the world on board our young and state-of-the-art fleet. Call 250-788-177000 or email reservations@rwandair.com.
Rwandair, fly the dream of Africa.
Now remember, Shema is making 250,000 francs every month and saving 10% of that, which is 25,000 francs, at 8% per year. If Shema continues to save the exact same amount for his professional career, he will have doubled his savings by the time he turns 40. By the time he retires at 65 years old, 41 years of working, he will have saved a total principal of 12.95 million francs. But because his principal has been growing and compounding every year that he's been saving at a rate of 8% per year, his 12.95 million has grown almost 700% to 88.5 million francs, a very handsome retirement nest egg. And we want to do this so that you might begin to understand how valuable even very small amounts of money saved consistently over time in a money-generating system can grow into significant wealth. Remember, the answer is only the answer. Financial success is living the answer every single day.